Aber gyfil cedd siach gingen gyma môr hosioch iddo da skipper sio. Bydd y cynnych an y cwrs iddynach de chwpan y Camanachd miang y nafias achodiw at y cynnych an y cwrs iddynach de chwpan ddich gawlau. At y clich sy'n arpa sio, so cwrs iddynach ac yn yn awm yn nyddi agos y gêm fasg y fasydd. Syl che haroing y dwmaha. Asing y sio ag parc y Mosfield sy'n opan an y cwrs iddynach cwpan ddich gawlau i'r camar hanopang agos ciawn y iwsich. Hallo Fisker, Magai Vakarchen Gur game Camanachd Vio show is BBC Alapa is la fluch roppach show san op an ag park Mosfield. Ag ganjin am bedogus gebi gel game gejera aking a show. Ag say hami tolitera them herve drase uadele ha Andy Watt. Andy, thanks for joining us once again here on BBC Alapa. You've brought the wind and rain with you once again this week, but what a game we have in our hands here today. Macaulay Cup Final. It's these two sides again. Oban Camanachd against Kingussie. Set us up for it.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to it. I think both teams are coming in with a lot of confidence after winning their Camanachd Cup Semi-Finals over the last couple of weeks. They both won their area competitions, the McTavish and Celtic. So I would say we'll probably get the two forum teams in Shinty playing for this today, so really looking forward to it. The weather's not great, as you said, but the surface and the playing surface is in great condition, so I think we're in for a really good game today.
Yeah, as you say, it's probably the two forum teams in Shinty at the moment. Where's the game going to be won and lost here today?
Well, I think last weekend's semi-final we saw with Oban Camanachd, their fitness levels and their work rate was fantastic, you know, and that really won them the game last week. So I think with it being a home game for them today in Oban, Kingussie need to come out at the start and really match that in terms of the energy and work rate that Camanachd will put in, because they'll be wanting a fast start. So I think if Kingussie can match that at the start of the game, they'll be in the game, and I fancy Kingussie probably to edge it.
Quickly, Andy, prediction for today?
I'll go with a very close game with a Kingussie by the odd goal.
Let's see what happens. Thank you for now, Andy. We'll hear more from Andy throughout the game in commentary. Ac wel y draste heitsing yn ôl gwniachadys son our game Fisker yn Jew. Oosjai, Macalinai.
Tafeleitje legele is fitisch drecht tinige machas en uske giele vaatjan in draste. Koers de hugne parke van een live glie voor goed je. Biebre count who's in the Jew Jamie McGricker van een Gonagel. De hoorziek is een woenskol aan de nachlieven. Is koak ulum koelach en is Macaulay is Emma Law koopjuren. Wie Nashar Nashen wie klieg aan de differatie in de skippie en hakken de duw Camanachd open. Wel had je de lijne avondjach gaat later zoals hem aan Cameron Sutherland, Daniel Mackintosh is hem aan. Ik zeg het Malcolm Clark is Matthew Sloss. Er is een lot natuurlijk. Ja, gaat door zich later ik hoel kutte willen skipper. Daniel Sloss roike goezen. Ik is wist me ik wie toren laven. Daniel Mackintosh maar mian de parke. Kan je zich weer hazen naar de ene lijne avondjach. Gaat het groenachtigen. Michi Gaharin Rasko mian de lijne Gian. Robert Meben is McGricker het heen later maar 100 en hier hoorst nog kopen de Camanachd gejagen zich hij. Calum Grant in de stjach aan de mian de parke eklaan. Mian is Ekenoi. Savio Giannini is James Falconer de skipper Kumaltaik die Ruairidh Anderson. Rachel de hakken de Jew, Willie can Tulloch. We're going to lish around this again, dan Epony te Palaghulish. Is gaan ik heen krijgen naar Palaghulish. Ik heb er een aan mijn kloeg. Kon er iets skippen again, dan. Saar gelijk het erheen en dan goorst je nog kopen naar Camanachd. Lee Been en hen Melaneach erheen is Erin Been, Elsie, Eva, Vic, Hanneken en Doel. Miana Shachkan en jullie zijn door Lee Been Cor Moran Cattle Jachkan Joe Steven Mackin je kan hen die kan je griach maar gaan suya hebben natuurlijk hier komen de Camanachd Burton Morrison en Glasgow Celtic Aastje School Davy McComish en hen en gaan suya komen wie Macaulay is goed op Shen. Roddy McComish van hier vroegst. En hier geel is haar nest committee wie Macaulay kujach kunnen doors de farfish show. Ik er wel bij de keer die toge geloos zo'n je heb. Good Melanie hier geel. I bet you Andrew Watt I bet you they really want to get going now. They don't know to be hanging about, shaking hands and stuff.
And I get that first tackle in and get settled into the game.
You got a feel for the park itself. Ian Hay, the groundsman, was telling me he thought the rain had helped a bit because it was very fiery. Would that have helped this last hour's rain? Did you get a feel for it?
Yeah, I've been out across the park, and you know, there's no lying water in the park, but there is a little bit of kind of water line without any heavier water line. So I think it'll be quite skiddy on the surface. So you know, players need to make sure that they're not slipping in tackles or anything and giving chances away.
Willie Donald, Diedach Jennifer Jishal. Here's on the game, a goed getal. Camanachd kan open. Diedach Jennifer die duwen had de gloei. Sheep uit mijn goorst. En je left volle shock. Die wil niet alle waar zijn, maar zijn. Ach, kan we nog genoeg in je kloeg van de live glee. Die een welle. Willie Donald die er weinig gevoeld heeft, hoort zich naar de hoekeren zijn heen. Horen en zo en er ook geneest het koolhoosig is dat zo kool je weg hier wil je. Willie Donald station, de bal is naar, bal dachtje, akken je duw. Zo kan je even tonen zassen, gaan in de camera zakken, bal hoek al. Interesting, Andrew, the yellow ball is being used today, and I think that will help the. Well, I don't know if it's all yellow, but it's a coloured ball. And we'll see how it's thrown up here. Yeah, it is all yellow, that one anyway. Don't know, what did they use last week? Did you notice?
No, traditional white ball last week, Hugh Dan, yes.
So we've got the yellow one this week, just to see if it's any easier for spectators or players. Indeed, behind the park in ground of Calum Grant. Hier gaat hem, ik ken de Kingussie, maar er doe een hou. Calum Mackintosh. Goed is dat je zich hier het hebben. Ik Cammy Sutherland. Ja, kom maar eentje nog. Fashionable boy, ik There's a nearly half chance more than well dealt with by the keeper. That's a difficult ball round his feet, but he'll gain confidence from that.
Yes, he will. Very similar to last week's semi-final, an early save by Cammy, and he went on to have a fantastic game last week at the semi-final, so that'll do his confidence a world of good.
I think it's probably fair to say that the two keepers here plus Stuart McDonald are the three best in the country. Would that be fair?
Yeah, no one would argue with that. I don't think.
Oh, come now, Andrew. Plenty of people would argue with that. Camanachd off in the next sticky young Nile. Willie de Horst kan de Kingussie het in de maag. Klinisch in Willie Donald. En als die mag woelen, gaan kent als je skippen en open je duw. Ze zeggen gewil Gareth Evans er een gask. Jay Karstjerak en voor Willie Donald right er een hak in de duw. Zo nu difficult part is the game. Anderson. Yes. Early days, couple of minutes, two chances for Kingussie. Andrew, they're clearly here to set their stall out.
Yeah, and they'll want a fast start with it being a home game for Oban today, and the confidence that Camanachd will be bringing into this game from the semi-final last week. Kingussie will absolutely want to put a wee bit of a stamp of their authority on the game early.
Shinty wat de verplay could have le chagui. Anderson, the east. Duval is daar even mee. Sutherland nog Camanachd. There's a wee bit of the old Graham McPherson's from Inverary there coming off the line, I think, Andrew.
I think Graham would probably be another 10 yards off his line for that one, I think, if you'd done. But it's interesting from last week that the Oban Camanachd defenders were getting first to the ball against Lovat and dominating. We're seeing the Kingussie forward line getting in front of them, getting the ball early and able to dictate.
Duval of a sheet to stay here at Niachli. Quite a way like Kingussie. Ni yet. Tydach y tanag i'r stiach dy chwyg munud yn y nest. Nioni, Camanachd yn open. Sy'n y pan yn Jarach ys dw. Jarach ys pyrpi i Kingussie. Ys Mahami Kerst. Yn stoch y chlwychyd ar gan chloched. De vliegt er een open, maar die. Daar staat de Carl Came Durst, Lewis Cameron. Bully Haas. Dus kom je Willie Donald Graham Chang naar de game zo gaat ik het dus ook. Stiach die eerste in het hul. Ik ga wel eens tijd. Zegt hier Calum Grant. Camanachd geloof in de Fijiak naar de nog. Chambrate Kumaloro is alleen uit Falconer skipper. De Kingussie Louis McFarlane. Dat wordt zo is. Ik kan in de park. Ik kan nog genoeg in de Chinese en de goede nest. Weer in je mal. Kingussie. Well, that was an all or nothing tackle, Andrew, because if he didn't win the ball there was a great chance for Oban to scream off down the touchline.
Yeah, I think that would have, if he hadn't made that tackle, I think Camanachd were probably in a kind of 3-on-2 there, but he absolutely had to make it. Just as I say, the ground is a little slippy, it's not wet. So you will see some players losing their feet, and I think
it's not affecting the hitting though.
Hitting's been very good to start with.
Lewis Cameron in the east. Maven! Oh, Samuel Mac, Maven is it. There's a Norsen Cachicha who can come up. Not quite a double save, but it's a good save and a clearance. What you expect of Bob McGregor, to be fair.
Yeah, dealt with it very well. Difficult one coming in, you know, it's coming in at height there, and a mistake there, and Camanachd have pretty much got a great chance to score.
So ik denk ziet, zeggen dat er graag geheel school we zit. Gepaard rugby, maar ze hebben al nog een laag zo ik Mosfield. Je wel stay. Mijn vraag ik wil vechten je toon de schaar. De haar hier wat glas mossels en zo. Ik niet meer zo. Stop terug er nog op de tijd. Player McFarlane. I suppose one of the tricks here, Andy, is that the team with the wind, which is clearly Oban at this stage, if the wind stays this way, they have to play kind of under the wind, take something off these big hits.
Yeah, we just saw that ball from player McFarlane there, obviously overhit that, and the wind's just taking that right out of play there. So they need to keep it in play and get it into their forwards and almost that kind of half hit along the ground, and do a bit of structure.
Against the wind doesn't bother Bob McGregor too much.
No. It's funny when you see his by hits, it's a cack-handed by hit. You don't see that very often.
Yeah. Usually don't see us alleen this Northern guy. Steel against Jack. Here we go. Shahid.
I I think both teams will be quite happy with their start, Hugh Dan, after the opening few minutes. Both creating chances, hitting the ball well on both sides of the park. So I think both managers will be quite happy at this point.
Do you think there's any sense that both sides have to avoid playing the occasion with a view to the Camanachd Cup Final coming up? They have to concentrate on today, not the kind of enormity of winning cups and double cups and Grand Slams.
Absolutely. I think once your mind starts to drift to that, you lose focus on what you have to do on the day. So yeah, they'll need to stay focused on that. Just play the game, not the occasion. You know, and there'll be a big weight of expectation in Oban to win the Macaulay again after so many years without winning it.
28 to be precise. It's a long time. Fe cyn i'r siop i at Ruairidh Anderson, tannog i'r lung minuten, Johnny hast, da, niach li, finisteach in the game. Willie Donald, graag iach laaf, a glachge. Is a dream. Nou, could you go in je farach in Noach, scoot je nach el. James G is vanaf van de Tulloch. Kingussie gewinnig getas gehiluch. Anderson de goede doorst. Voelde live. Die vlog Anderson het eerst. Gegoed van elke Falconer. Geschacht at het door. Well, if you want a twosome you don't want to play against too often, it's got to be Ruairidh Anderson and James Falconer on current form, Andrew.
Yeah, they're scoring a lot of goals at the moment for the team, and when you watch Kingussie there, when the ball's getting played in from midfield, it's not a hit and hope. They're playing it into an area where they know that these players are running into. You can see that quite early in the game.
And they've more than made up, I suppose, to be fair, for Roddy Young's absence. Nice to see him here. Not nice to see him on crutches, but making a good recovery from his knee operation in midweek. He said everything had gone well, so that's good news.
Yeah, great news for Kingussie that Roddy's on the mend, but as you say, you really need people to step up and score goals, and it's so tight between the top teams at the moment. That's the difference, is the goal scorers, and you need your forward players scoring.
In de lach gegen mij aan de park, Calum Grant, de oerheilige Australia, waar ik hem teruggejaagd ga. Nog een Ruairidh zo'n getrangse voor die Anderson. De Lerashken goed je hoek, zag het er goed in je houden. Falconer nearly shane, Cammy Sutherland. Oh, zag het. He has to hit the target, having made it to there.
Has to score there, Hugh Dan, to be honest. Great opportunity. He had time to settle himself.
Shook off a huge tackle here though. This one here.
Did well to stay on his feet. Just needs a little composure there, just a wee second of composure, and that's a goal.
There's no such thing as a gimme in Shinty, but that is as close as you can get.
Absolutely.
Gareth Evans on hand in the Glanychin. A Groch, a Coolov. It was Fraser Ingles, the Hoove. Laten we terug get inspiration on the heel caller remain. Stick over in 2-0. Een golf ballen. Could you goed leesje we gaan naar de open. Wil ik weer touch it again. Could you goed Cammy Sutherland. It's interesting to see Fraser Ingles, I mentioned there in the warm-up, firing balls in from halfway on Cammy Sutherland. Good to have somebody like that in that you can call on, that kind of experience for for everybody, not just the younger members of the team.
Yeah, it's vital on an occasion like this that the Camanachd team, who are a young team, have that experience at hand to help them in the build up to the game.
Chang Young de Parke haast. Willie Donald gaan Henneke Hokker heen. De race bij Nibisch. Tien is er staan. Ik dacht vliegen de 4 is een race. Door een uur of een keer vliegen. No, it's not really. They're not being that direct, are they? Maybe this is a day for me for directness on the goalkeeper. I don't know if you were managing the team, would you say shoot on sight, get the ball on the keeper?
Yeah, particularly with the wind at the back like Oban have in the first half, you know, you should be shooting from well out and try to get it in the keeper and test the keeper and look for the ball breaking off him for your full forwards to be sharp and on top of them.
I want one of these yellow balls from my collection.
Stands out in the grey sky today.
It's excellent, isn't it? I'm really quite impressed. There are versions which are spotted, so I like the cut of this one. So is that. Matthew's loss. Oh. So is the line to the east. There's the Lord in the Stjach. Willie Donald, the steward, Gra Kumalara. Macaulay Cup. Wasn't Kingussie. Near Fallover. In hier is short. Scott McKillop. Shesef Gekruajakke. In de schade van Kieran Mackintosh. If there's a pattern at all, Andrew, it's defence is on top.
Yeah.
Those midfield's being passed by largely.
Yeah, I think so. The hitting's been good. Both teams will be quite happy. I think Kingussie again have had a couple of really good chances. Cammy's had a good save. Camanachd haven't really created anything clear cut at the moment. A couple of half chances. So yeah, still settling down the game. I think in the opening kind of 15 minutes.
Cartel the Huarach, Njoni, Camanachd an open, who's Kingussie. En een game heet je gelijk de eerst. En dan was dit een koef van de Camanachd een beetje hechten. En dan skippen is het daar hoorst je hier nog. Camanachd an open, je kunt passes de hele nest. Jachla. Must do better. Must do better.
Goes back to what you were saying earlier on, Hugh, Dan, about making the keeper work there. You get a great opportunity to put it on the target and make the keeper work. Not that far out from hitting this.
Too much time.
Yeah, kind of gets underneath it a little bit there.
Daniel Cameron. Verder nu is hij al dat je Camanachd kan open. Dan was een goal die eerst. Willie Donald gekornje Louis McFarlane is het. En wie komen er laven een keer heen. Ik dacht, daar zag het de wiel. Fietsje voetje. Ik Willie Donald goed ja. Oh, dat is ook een heel wacht duurblok. Gelukkig is als je was toch op plein is je Willie Donald geweest, dus gaan het 3 je kan ik speer. I'm just worked out what that clicking sound is on the effects. It's Willie McDonald's spear whistle on his microphone. But again, they're creating. It's in this final third, isn't it? That Oban Camanachd are kind of falling down.
Similar to last week's semi-final, in the first half, they were creating kind of half chances. Chance here.
Stuurlijk trainen, die is Jimmy Koetigen Chesewekke. Goed doen door je erin.
Well defended.
Robert Meben. Cameron Shahad is een hele fijne start in de game hier. Mag er een nieuwe Ruairidh Anderson geworden gaan zijn. Rapid check. Oef. Voor die is het een heel koenigheid. Is er zo'n 4. Die is Ruairidh Anderson. Well, it's getting meaty, Andrew.
full-blooded challenges going in there. Yeah, there's
this is yours kind of game.
I would love it. You know, Willie McDonald's played Shinty at the highest level, and he knows the game, and he lets it flow.
Yeah. Listen, he's a great testimony for somebody who's had a new hip 4 years ago. You know, remarkable. He ran the Ben Nevis race. He's just been so athletic all his life, and I suppose all of that aided his recovery. And here he is doing his first, it surprised me, his first Macaulay Cup Final. I thought he had done it before.
Yeah, he's just Shinty through and through, Willie, and not only the referee, he does a huge amount of work with the young kids in Fort William for Shinty as well. So, yeah, a real Shinty man.
Yellow's the colour today, even the whistles are yellow. Oof. Do you have conclusion at all? Ruairidh Anderson, Kiori Tulloch. There's where a Shinty player, former Shinty player referee can see what happens. That wee nudge in the back. Most people wouldn't have seen it, you know, but Willie Can would have done it himself, so he knew what was going on.
Yeah, absolutely. He was a tremendous Shinty player, as you know, Willie. But yeah, he'll notice all those little tricks and little things that go on in a game.
Oh! So when you're going to send cool ones now, I think we'll probably see this again, Andrew. I think this was the stanchion at the back of the goal that rattled rather than the post. Snapshot from Lewis Cameron. I think they need more of that, Camanachd.
Certainly caught a hold of that one and unlucky not to get it on target. And I think the keeper would have done well to save that if it was on target.
Die giet weer net Shah at the nest. Ze overhidden mijn hand. Now you mentioned goalkeepers coming out off their line. This is interesting, coming this far out. If he loses this or makes a mess of it, there's nobody covering the open goal.
Yeah, you don't often see that. And Shinty, usually one of your defenders who should be pretty decent hitting at this level of Shinty would be taking that, but Cammy does hit them quite a distance.
Challenge weer. Hoe is het? Een skippelte. Stjach la. Mackintosh. Scorepoor. He's got a huge big swing, Bob McGregor, when he comes in there, the way he just winds up and he lets it go halfway every time.
Yeah, and it's good to have that from your keeper, that you know he can clear his lines, and they're playing into the wind as well at the moment, you know, so they'll be looking for him to clear the lines and get them up to halfway line and get them into the game. But I think Camanachd have settled here a wee bit. I feel they've kind of settled into the game and they're doing well.
Júnder Pasvík het al wat ik voelig kan hoor. Jubloch kan goed het van af. You could hear it in from the line at the Willie Tulloch. Falconer is full of. Oh, I think that's a card. I'd be surprised if Willie McDonald doesn't reach for a card here, Andrew.
Yeah, I think he might. Deliberate trip there. He was through, and it was a dangerous and promising position there for Kingussie to create something. So I think the defender knew exactly what he was doing there.
A lot of pushing back, right? That's the last one next in your book, right? Good.
Well, I think that's good refereeing. He had warned him about hand in the back, And as you say, that's a deliberate trip. Now, normally that's automatic.
Yeah, it would be. I think Willie's just maybe giving him the benefit of the doubt in the final here, and as you heard there, getting the last warning.
What a love he kept. He got his hand to it.
Yeah, another good save from Cammy.
You don't want to leave Ruairidh Anderson in that kind of position on his own.
He strikes the ball so well, Hugh, Dan, and we saw one earlier on, he kind of caught it in half volley. You know, if it was on target, Cammy would probably have struggled to save it, but he just strikes the ball so sweetly when he hits it.
And again, the keeper was well off his line, so he narrowed the angle. Tried the ish. Oh, there it will shahad. Caramele, Kingussie hier door haal. Shinty wat cool en dood. De eerste kassen. Oh, Hesty! Bloch, with a shahad kusun je Agus Chayach gereen je stay. Well, that's a split-second delay that allowed the Kingussie player just to nip in.
And the first goal today for Kingussie.
Calum Mackintosh was so sharp there, Hugh, Dan, when you watch this. Yeah, very quick, you know. Cammy will be disappointed he's not got that and flicked it back out for a corner. The ball's actually just broken behind him when he meant to stop it, and it just, that fact it's going a yard or two behind him, just thrown him.
It's basically a block. Rather, he didn't hit it in. They tried to clear it, and his deflection went in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Camanachd open Johnny, Kingussie gehoon, Koik Minajin Fichit, Ergloch. Agus Hanin Shakro Kingussie get a goal, Hofash, the Rika Shokovill at Ari, Ergol at Hoshach. A wee bit of pressure coming on Willie McDonald about the hands in the back. A lot of calls from the touchline, but Willie's his own man. He's not going to be influenced by any of that.
No, he'll be focused on the game, and yeah, the crowd will be shouting for everything in the final for their teams, you know.
Shinty wordt open. Suesla. Via die Hume dan gemaakt. Gediest. Zander Michi. Arabishach Jonest. Stiel gereurst. Grant. Zo kan de Kingussie een wire aanspreken en nu kun je met de eerste hiksje. Via de keer is zo jens. Dan ga je te lille. De kussen kan maar eentje nog. Macaulay op de eerste. Sutherland maag. Dat doet er vallen weg. Chili naar jouw koude goal gaan de doel. Anderson. Stay. Stjachen de boksen. Tjoendags het tuinjef. Caramele. Oh, Falconer de eerste. Well, I think Oban are living on dangerous territory here, Andrew.
The Kingussie forwards are so sharp, running with the ball, creating chances. That's 2 chances now. James Falconer will probably be really disappointed he's not hit the target and walked Cammy there. Yeah, Kingussie can be a bit of confidence from that first goal. Next goal is going to be key to this.
Yeah.
Kingussie's defence has been very good this year, and they've got the best defensive record in the Premier League. You know, so if they get ahead of Camanachd and get a bit of clear light between them with a couple of goals, it'll be very difficult for Camanachd to get back.
But one's, you know, everyone knows one's never enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's in cheers van de lijn. We spreken wel manager Kingussie hier in Borthwick, Colin Michael.
Ian, your side have taken the lead. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, definitely. It's always important to get that first goal. Kind of even. They probably had more of the chances there. Like clear cap didn't make our keeper work really, but no, so far so good.
The question now is though, how do you build on this? What do you want to see from your players?
Basically, they've just got to try to keep a hold of that ball. you know, the wind's, you know, we're against the wind, but, you know, it dies down in long spells, you know, picks up. So when it does pick up, we just need to be focused, and, you know, when they try attack, we just need to, you know, try and make that tackles and, you know, win that ball, keep the ball at this end, basically, yeah.
Thank you, Ian, for now. Thank you.
Roger Bligin. Shouldn't look at that, Jennifer. If he's a guy who's sticking out today, Mackintosh, and he doesn't normally play that far forward, but he's causing a havoc in the Oban defence.
Yeah, Hugh Dan, he started really well, and you can see he's moved up from the centre line into the forward line today. But he's very athletic, very fit, and he's covering a lot of ground for Kingussie up front there, and clearly did well for the goal.
McGregor, kunde ikke tjene neste her, neste twee meer Chile. Hij mag ze dol. Savile Gillis, stay at gun. Well, that's given the Oban fans in the stand there, everybody, and heroic stuff from McGregor.
Yeah, get a bit frantic there. I think that Rab McGregor should maybe just put that out for a corner, but he's determined to clear his line like you're talking earlier on. But the safest thing there would probably just put out for a corner, regroup, because he's caught out of his goals at that point.
Yeah, he was lucky here.
Yeah.
And again.
He was sharp there, and that was the difference with the goal that Kingussie scored. He was very sharp.
Stjagereerst. Game pure geneest Isaac Camanachd kan open nach goede neef Tulloch Howells 4 meter naar Howell en Sulemische. Dus mas mama geen de sinne hager de nuri een skippe via die Tulloch en rood liggen slies hoor het hè. Als je nekkel je hadden is Bonoshan better spell for Oban, Andrew.
Yeah, good reaction after losing that first goal, and that's what Gareth will be looking for. There is a long way to go, and we know from the league fixture down here that ended 2-1 to Kingussie that Kingussie went 2 goals up, but Camanachd managed to get one back and really put them under pressure towards the end of that game. And I think Ian Borthwick admitted after that game that they were kind of hanging on towards the end of that game.
Arst is fatte, Stjachen of Jan, McGregor, Gavu gelegd Shahid. With Irigorst, Alexander Michi. He's been some player, hasn't he, since he came back from injury. He's exactly what you want in the middle of your defence.
Yeah, absolutely. Very athletic, very strong, powerful hitter. I'm not sure what happened there. There was a boot or a stud down his...
You know what? That looked like it went when he jumped up. Now that looks... It's just, I think, as he pushed his weight up, but I think the signal was good. Was it like it's finished springing, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if something was maybe popped if that's what's happened. For Kingussie's sake, they'll be hoping that's not the case.
Watch this. I think they've... Yeah, Daniel McVicker, I think their feet got caught.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. But yeah, Xander, hopefully he'll be okay for Kingussie's sake. He's such an important player to them.
Yeah, they got in a wee tangle, and you could see he felt it, and it went laterally.
Yeah, just twist the ankle slightly there.
But they want him back on his feet.
And clearly part of Ian Borthwick's game plan, moving Xander back into to defence today, is part of the kind of tactics they've got.
It's the way you coach when you're not allowed in the coaching area, presumably, unless he's ordering the tea for tonight, which I doubt. Alles gelijk afskiljoren is. Suasla. Camanachd yn offens Came ng Hassan. Agus Suasla. Caramella. Oh, shot. Swinging both ways, isn't it, Andrew? It's quite a lively game.
Yeah, it's very, very even. You know, what Kingussie are doing, as I said earlier on, that Lubbock couldn't do was get their forwards into the game, and the Oban Camanachd halfbacks aren't as dominant as they were last week, and it's making that a very even contest.
As well, Andrew, they're switching. Just have a look, see who they took back. For a Milligan open. Stay. Jevloch. Is het eerst? Mag Krikker. He's doing all the saves. I'm worried, just a wee bit worried. There's worry on these faces too about the amount of time he's spending away from the goals.
Yeah, and the safe play there is just to put out for a corner, regroup and mark up again.
He's playing too much Shinty, isn't he, really? That's one argument, I suppose.
Yeah, touch of the Graham McPhersons.
I know these dogs, they're from Newtonmore. Caleb just go up with the dash. Some worse on Daniel McVicker. Hier en Jürgen hier de Viala pikken. Oh, vlucht er. Dolcia is niet. Chefar geen begin shoots at door krijgen. And then that was safety first from the keeper. But you see the slippery pitch there just opened the chance. And that's a player I think hasn't been in the game enough.
Yeah, played very well last week against Lovat in the semi-final.
He went.
Just gives him enough space there to get a shot away. Again, can I just caught the ball heavy.
Valstøy. Gewoon een stukje te jong voor de rechter. Falconer, zou het doen, zou Falconer de chance. Bij McKillop is een jeu. Commentary week for Willie going down.
No, there was nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Lochgeroei. Och binnen Generakel. Camanachd dan op en je vier en die zo door. I'm loving Willie McDonald's commentary here, Andrew.
Yes, he's great with the players, the way he talks to them, you know, and he explains his decisions as well. He's very good.
No, we didn't. One time, blow the whistle. No more, Roddy.
Yep.
Right.
Ruairidh McKechnie just got caught on the wrong side there. Matthew Sloss had to really make the tackle.
I suppose that levels it up for the foul at the other end, really. I know that's not what Willie's thinking, but it does. Dúchar am segan open, Sean had to skill here via love. Tulloch Bjarn, Fiechen die can use he Harain, Yaka Hurgan Yiddervelt. Because of the worst of last again. A clever ploy at the end, and this is the man I said wasn't doing much, but Daniel Cameron's a very, very good, very experienced player. You'd want him to be in the game a lot.
Yes, absolutely, and you can tell even from last week that Gareth gave him every opportunity to play last week with the injury he was coming back from and a kind of late fitness assessment. But as a young team, the Camanachd team, so they need that experience in their team, and Daniel definitely brings that.
This is good cup final shinty now, isn't it?
Really keenly contested, and it'll be interesting how it plays out. You know, we've not got too long to go to half time, so I think Kingussie will just want to keep this tight to half time, get the wind at their back in the second half.
There's an interesting spectator, Mr. Ian Ross. I'm sure he wouldn't thank me for saying he's Ronald Ross's father, but that's just a fact. But great to see him out. Legend in the Kingussie colours. Did so much for young players and older players, managed the team, everything. Great to see him here in Oban. So is Shaghadir Abuladunya. Game of Hoskel Camanachd. Cameron. Stjahla, Calum Grant, Skip Lahug. She is at a Nimalanest, Skioli Lewis Cameron. Helius Jobloch You just get the feeling Oban are getting there. The thing is, can they do it in the next 5 minutes?
Yeah, there's definitely a shift in momentum a little bit with Camanachd growing more into the game. As I said earlier on, really good reaction to losing the first goal. They'll be desperate to nick one here before half time. Changes the half time team talk with Gareth.
Right.
Camanachd yn ofyn i Jeli gyda'n y pwyliau sef Ian Ysnog. I don't think Kingussie ever park the bus, Andrew, but you get the feeling just now they'd settle for going in 1-0.
Definitely, Ian would be delighted going at 1-0. They played well. Kingussie had started quite brightly, created some really good chances, and clearly got the opening goal there.
Talk about legends, look at that pair. Colin MacDonald, Coke on the left. Big John McGregor. Yeah, battles with him?
Battles with both of them. Yeah, both two good goalkeepers, and John obviously a full-back before he went into goals, before he got injured.
Two great guys.
Big player.
Colin McGregor. Oh, McGregor! Whoa, for a goal then. Park the goal there. He knew nothing about that, maybe vaguely. What a chance, what a save.
Camanachd will be so disappointed that they've not scored there just before half-time.
Oh!
Straight at him, yeah. Didn't have a clue what happened there. It just went straight
He just lifted his shoulder. It was enough. Stjahla. Yes, Merakias is in Noshan. Stjahla. Nog een lijnetje aan. Is hem is een oorzaak gas. Het is goed gelorgen. I think there's a slippy patch away down to our right in this corner, Andrew. We've seen a couple of guys losing their footing, not in other areas of the pitch.
Yeah, we've seen Cameron Brenner kind of lose his footing a couple of times.
Stjahla is going to be on. Who is Calum Grant guy in this fellow? Next at the Prichuk. Stjahla Vian, oh, Shaghadir Abuladunya. Who is that fellow? Oh. Wow. Daniel Cameron. The Corvinich, the Varach. ac yn dweud i Melbourne y golsi as yr agostach ys mor sen, a cyrraedd yn y farach dol hi'n rad yn open i chanin te. Suas, Janini, Kingussie Edu, highest. Calum Ruairidh Anderson. Dus gyda draast is die eerste spoor game. Renewd de jacht gyda. Stjach yn y fian. Joe die eerste. Caramel. Oh, Shachet yn hwyl. Shachet yn hwyl. Hier in McPherson. Gyda draad. Je het je aan de hoersession. Zeg eens een koersje, ik wil het gesoepeltje. Ik kan de juist gaan hoor. Ik ruik voor ze wiet Hoeverland. De galen aan alle nest. Het is een goeie ter de gonsiers zo. De rustig met de goal in. Is het net verjaardag te doen, ja, avonddag en een tool er weer in Calum Mackintosh. Alle spanners worden paus te werken. Poeh. Drie minuten. De waardig. Stogen tegen de waardig. 3 minuten in de waardig. Kuju. We zitten nog lichter in de stij. Nu is het voorste nog. Ga hier weer. Chidem. Zo'n. Grush. Als het swinnig gedaan heeft, daar we net geleden nog 3. Donald. En de Jussi Joseph gemaakt vast gerebeeld we zijn. Zander Michi. Maar het is het ook al gaan mijn skum de heen zijn. Ze zijn het eerst eer. En ja, geleden. Wel goed in naast, dus checken we goed naar eentje. Willen alles geloof. Here's een lijnje. Toen is het dream met die eerst. Het is zo weer duur te gaan naar Daniel Cameron. Die staat in de café. Ja, had ik één dienst, dat was een hoekal. En ik zit er door je ventro. Lijnje die in de Jussi ietsje. Ruairidh Anderson er al vooraan dag toe. Davi net een eerste rakel. Michi Ruairidh Najar. Een soepeltje. Oh. Gaan in dit je haar in je naast gaan alleen het hier en de rieën wat de steek liggen slieën. Camanachd, Calum Grant. Hier is een lijnje te wel. En die is te gelijk voor Ruairidh McCachen. Solid goal. Willie Donald gekend de gloch. Hij is Graag wil Shin heen Gilor had de waarheid met 3 minuten in wees. Is Shin Kartors Goliath Slier nu Tull Horsin Calum Mackintosh goed kan Kingussie Hoshach. Is wel van Jies is Tull Sonretje maar Cammy Sutherland. No, van nu zo stogen nu weer achterin en er hoort Calum Mackintosh is de Magassen. Shin Kartors Goliath Slier. Dus hij Parke Bosfield, Camanachd Oban, Johnny Kingussie Ahoon.
Wel, mae'r bashing yn dŵl game gyma chawn a ha iddyn ni acing y sio. Ach, chawn ni ywsich laban nhw ochgyr aic le ŵn. Wel, toli ti'rag fel Andy Watt them hyfyd ras. Andy, as we expected, a very tight game.
Yeah, really tight. I think both teams started quite well. There was nobody really sort of dominating the first opening spell of the game. It was very even. Kingussie created a couple of really golden opportunities to score that didn't take. Clearly get that opening goal, which I think is going to be quite crucial today. But towards the end of that first half, I thought Camanachd really grew back into the game, created a wee bit of pressure. Ruairidh McGregor in the goals, had a couple of good saves, probably one he didn't know much about that hit him. So Camanachd will feel a wee bit disappointed going at 1-0 down, but Kingussie are in ideal position at 1-0 up at half time with that.
Well, let's have a look back then at some of the incidents you were talking about there, and it was Kingussie came closest first, and it was James Falconer, and probably by the standards he set this season, he probably should have done a wee bit better here.
Yeah, he does well to stay on his feet with the challenge from the defender when he's going through here, but he just needs to settle himself a wee split second of composure and hit the target. So he'll be really disappointed with the standards he set this year, as you say, and the goals that he scored. He'll be expecting to score that.
And we were almost expecting Kingussie to just keep going and going and going, but then back came Oban, and that's just the way the first half was. It was back and forth, end to end.
Yeah, it's a very open game. Kingussie, that's a great chance for Camanachd there, a very, very tight angle, but he's caught that shot really well. So, all to play for. Camanachd aren't out this game at all at 1-0, but as I say, Kingussie will be delighted going in at 1-0.
Well, we can have a look now at the goal that does separate the two teams. And Cammy Sutherland, he had a fantastic semi-final last weekend against Lovat in the Camanachd, but he got it all wrong here, didn't he? And it was Calum Mackintosh coming in.
The ball just kind of breaks. When Cammy goes with his feet, the ball actually just breaks a foot or two behind him, which makes it difficult to get back to the ball with his stick. And that's got enough time for the Kingussie forward to get in there on top of him and hit the ball in.
And then, of course, after that, Kingussie, of course, buoyed by that, but back came Oban Camanachd again, and we were talking about Cammy Sutherland there. Bob McGregor at the other end. I don't know how we got to this. It was Malcolm Clark with the shot, but what a save.
Yeah, I don't think Rab knew much about it. He's kind of thrown his shoulder up a little bit. But, anywhere else in the target, I say that's a goal. He's just kind of flinched and reacted to that with his body. But, yeah, Camanachd aren't out this, as I said already. Hit with a ball. So, Gareth won't be too despondent at 1-0 down. They need to get back into the game. But Kingussie have been very good at the back this year, so they've got the best defensive record in the Premier League. If Kingussie get the next goal, I think it's going to be very difficult for Oban Camanachd then to get back into the game. It's not to say they can, but it does become really difficult. So I think the next goal is really crucial. So if Camanachd want to win, they need to get the next goal in the second half.
Thank you for now, Andy Kingussie bara for Andy Gidach. Gyarthar, ach draste, as you can Tulloch Leingen vo manager Kingussie. Agus wel nuddy va John Gibson, a skune a skipper agus Vunik and skipper Grand Slam agus Gajera for sure Ian Borthwick had the gamas in the known route a Janu and Blaine. Shall give maha Ian Corky Borthwick.
I was delighted when I got asked the question. Doing the second team last year, I was wanting to sort of take a year out and sort of get to sort of watch the boys this year, and because I didn't really get to see any first team games last year. I get to know most of the boys anyway from teaching them at a young age. So no, it's a great thing to sort of teach these guys and be here every Tuesday, Thursdays, training with them, getting to see them train, and getting to see them enjoying it as much as I did when I played it as well. I just couldn't sort of walk away and sort of just watch it. Like I always wanted to be a part of it, even when I sort of latterly finished playing Shinty and I was getting to watch the games. It's always wanted to be on there. It's so hard being at the side. Best I could do is try coach and be with them, close to the pitch as much as I can. I love playing Shinty, and I just love teaching these guys as well. I've got a lot of knowledge, you know, when I played sort of, you know, the Ali Dalls, Davy Ansons, David, Stephen, my brothers. So I try and push that onto them. They probably don't listen to me as much as I did to them, but no, no, I love it, yeah. To play with these guys, you know, some of the Shinty, some of them hard, you know, you just learn so much. It wasn't just sort of playing wise, you know, they kept talking to you all the time. Winning is such a great thing. I hated getting beat, and you're winning caps and coming back to Kingussie and all the crowd are there, and that's what I'm enjoying with these guys right now. Even at the side and they're winning, like, I think I get a bigger buzz than them when we're winning, like, Fair play to John, he did really well over the sort of the 5 years that he took over. To get the Grand Slam, you know, since the last time was sort of when we won it in 2003. For John to get that with the boys he's got there, he did really well, and he worked hard for it. So basically the boys are there, they're training the same, they're doing everything John and Neil sort of is getting them to do. So I'm not changing as much. Okay, we've got a few more injuries. So it's basically just to try and keep them going. Right now we've not thought about that, like it's just trying to win every game as we can. As a player, like I wanted every success I could get, and that was to win every cap as possible. Right now I don't really think of that as a manager, because I want that for the boys to get what I had. I'm pushing it in and drumming it into them, you know, everything that we'd sort of got, they could have if they really want it. And right now it's going good. Firstly, it's the effort they put into it. You know, they're down here. You know, the best they get every Tuesday night for 2 hours, and you know, you get the odd sort of a few of them that come down Wednesday, they're hitting balls. So the dedication for the sport, it's there in them. It's such a small town as well. Like everybody else, you know, they get a good backing from a lot of people too. So they get the encouragement's there. It's, you know, from putting in the effort and working hard, you know. You're nearly halfway there. The other half, you know, they've got to have the, you know, the skill, the fitness, and everything is, and a lot of them have that as well. They're winning most weeks, you know, they're getting the cup finals, and you know, and once they've got that, they've got a taste of, you know, getting that, and they just want it more. So now that they've got that, you know, each more, they're pushed every harder each week. Not just from myself, from Neil, you know, trains them. We've got Ollie McLeod, we've got, you know, Michael Clark, and all these guys, Ronald. They all come down, they're doing the bit to help, you know. And these guys, you know, they're loving that. Like, so you can see the effort, and you can see the, you know, the smile on the face. You know, not right now when they're sort of running around the park, like, but you know, after training and sort of, you know, during the game, before the game, after the game, when they get that result. I always said that, you know, once you win Grand Slam, like as I played myself, every team was out there to try and push and beat you, and you know, you got the odd couple of teams that sort of got close, or you know, or did beat you, and you could just see it. You know, they were more ecstatic, you know, not just because they win, but because they beat Kingussie, because they got the Grand Slam the year before. So I always knew that it was going to be tough. So I'm trying to tell these guys the next year, this year is going to be tougher. You know, they're going to be out there, they're pushing to beat us more. Right now, every team in that Premier League and every team we play in the Cup, it's not easy. These guys know that themselves, so it's not need much pushing from myself. They need, so they do that amongst themselves. They've got a good bond with each other. Mainly, I want it for these guys, not for myself. You know, this is why I'm here teaching these guys every week. These guys got a taste of that last year. To get it, and you know, in a final for the second year in a row, it's a big achievement. We'll take it as it comes. You know, get these boys doing as much as they can this week. Get them prepared for Saturday. So yeah, looking forward to it. This club, it means so much to the whole town and everything. You know, there's a big buzz about everybody as well. Like, you know, we get a good support. So no, it's special.
Sin gríomh maithe Ian Corky Borthwick. I gíise going manú gríach ag go seo ag sa stúd ag ceann na Kingussie. Well, I mean, Tulloch go bhfuil Andy Watt has them who. Andy just listening there to Ian Corky Borthwick and John Gibson. He took over from John Gibson last season, who won the Grand Slam, of course, and of course Ian Borthwick in this season. And guess what? They're going for the Grand Slam again.
Yeah, tremendous pressure in Ian taking over as a manager of Kingussie after the Grand Slam last year, and John did a fantastic job with that. But he's clearly got the trust of the players. They've bought into whatever it is Ian's trying to do with them in terms of the training and how they want to play. As you say, they're going for the Grand Slam. Great position at the moment in the Macaulay final to see that through and hopefully go into the Camanachd Cup Final. But yeah, Kingussie set such high standards and there's such high expectations at a club of Kingussie. So to do it consistently and potentially do 2 Grand Slams back to back, there's a pressure there for Ian, you know, but he's done great with it.
Well, let's see how he gets on, and let's see Oban Camanachd get on in the second half. Thank you for now, Andy, as well. When I hear you in Macaulay, Hula Shian Chabor, Jeshal, on Tochik, he's a darn lace machine, and Adash and Nul, go Ushang, Macaulay Nang.
Tafeleisje, is niet Andy Elie waardig naar buiten, zoals ze steden. Is Spirish caller op de show. Willie Tulloch. Jeshal is Jonah is Vian, bal boeien naar Ruairidh. Is inis Kingussie a chluich vonalaib chlie, boch Jan de Valle, via gaan Glen Cruten, zoals hoe in de show. Daarna leed de hoefbeweg gaan, le Teich Artemis een goal. Ik pillar en misschien nog een minuutje naar show hoe ons ook kutremog. Even that hole, he's a Calum Mackintosh, is it that? Oh, Sam. Well, that's a breathless start to the second half, Andrew. Once you get yourself together, and come up the stairs, that was a good chance. Just past.
Great bit of defending there.
They had to cover.
Yeah, I thought it was in when he hit it there all day long, but great covering.
They had 2 people back behind the keeper. Stjachla Riest. Much milder down there, I thought, when took a stroll half time.
Yeah, it's not cold. The rain's kind of gone off a little bit there, but we've still got that strong breeze across the park.
I was challenged with a trivia question by Gus Campbell, who was the last captain of Oban Camanachd to lift the Macaulay Cup.
If Gus was asking you, I guess it would be him.
It was Gus Campbell, right in one. He had me. I couldn't remember who it was. Long time ago, as I told him. In. Alle eerder show. Ja, gevat ook plan fiets van de hoek uit de groep. Zijn je later in dol ervan af. Nog ik kan wie oan zo goed terug van die prins die kan de Kingussie gewoon kraan nog hun gelioor.
Keep going. Well, do you there?
Uurigel shiels kutjoch. In de granarut de mena gulaken. Goed in chachat ietsje doorheen. Anderson rechachat de bal. Mogelijk Louis McFarlane. Ik heb de roers go. Lewis Cameron. Zoals genoemd. I think both half-back lines have been tremendous, but Malcolm Clark and Matthew Sloss have got no change whatsoever out of the Kingussie defenders, have they?
No, they're having to work really hard for chances. As I said, Kingussie have been excellent in defence all season, and best defensive record in the Premier League.
Slice Gillett. Zo'n de woord zijn al een goedje kind. Zander Michi die eerst. Jack in de box. Oh, is dat heel of Jean? Hij is Jack in de doel. En een jaar alleen niet Jean. Er is een 3 minuten. 3 minuten. Naar de Bridge Garage. McGregor Iraham Al-Jahug. And I was saying Matthew Sloss was getting no change out of the defence. He's just cashed in here.
He does tremendously well. He's determined and he doesn't give up.
Persistence, yeah. Should they have stopped him?
There's a couple of chances to clear it there. I think you've seen a couple of the Kingussie players go with a kind of full swing for the ball here, Hugh Dan. You really want to just make sure of it. A wee half swing, put it out for a corner, make it safe.
Just a young fella. He's in the Scottish under-17 squad. I think he's a good bit younger than that. But Hashinaneshte Camanachd Cup Final, Kingussie Hoon. Two no mores equals yellow card next time. Yeah. Just getting a wee bit. You can understand the goal that raised the temperature, Andrew.
It's exactly what Gareth will be looking for, that reaction after half-time to get back in the game, and I'm sure that was part of the half-time team talk. Was really, you know, next goal's crucial. Let's get back into this game. As I said, they'll have been disappointed being 1-0 down at half-time because, you know, they were in the game without creating really anything too clear-cut. So there were chances for both teams there, but we're back level now and all to play for.
Well, persistence from the young fella. I mean, that was brave. Give it to him. You know, he was really brave going straight in there. As Mickey had taken in a big hit. But he had a lot of work to do from way out there before he came in. Look at that.
Yep.
And again.
Two chances to clear it there. And they've missed the ball with one into a full swing, but they could just have a wee half swing to get the ball out to safety.
Yeah. Fair dues, he put it in the net. Mackintosh to Tulloch at the dusher. Oh, McGillipirigal she is. Yeah, this big fella would be a loss as well, just as Mickey was at the other. Mickey, incidentally, is back in his favoured place at centre half back. But if this is a muscle strain, I'm not sure how he went down. But knee, perhaps.
Never saw it, Hugh Dan, but
there's a lot of moving parts there. He's a big fella.
Yeah, defends so well for Camanachd. A real mainstay in our defence, keeps them going.
Now, if he was a tractor, that would be WD-40, although there are other sprays available. I can't see the label. It's probably just as well. We'll keep the midges away as well. So what does Borthwick make of it now? He'll be disappointed with the defending, I would say. Yeah,
as I said, the standards have set at the back for themselves this season and played really well at the back. They'll be disappointed to lose that goal. You know, it's a great piece of work by Matthew Sloss, but they'll be disappointed that they've lost that so early in the second half. It really gives Camanachd a bit of confidence, momentum now, and they'll be buoyed by that, and it makes it for an interesting second half.
McKillop Kerskiljóður is fine. It's just a wee bit stiff, McKillop, but the spray will come in eventually. Use of the bench, of course, we've got rolling subs, Andrew, so it becomes a very live situation as the game goes on, and there's always the possibility of extra time. Very thoughtful, pensive Ian Borthwick there. Neil Bowman, the trainer, he's seen it all, done it all. He's the one constant factor in all of this over the years. Goal in, you goal in. Stand Kamalan, how did do how winding is slishy. Nirige hound, doing you muy magurs, could you shall get a gun at a hat, chin the tars just no off and you could a crop get a cool of, but it would do for the Billy fluke.
Daniel here. No,
Karst for you.
No. You won 2 minutes ago, you've done it again. No chance.
Daniel Cameron.
You won a minute ago. One foul. No, not one foul.
Quite clear, isn't it? There's only one winner in this one-sided argument.
Yeah, Daniel trying to claim it's his first tackle. we heard Willie warn him a matter of minutes ago there, so
we could play it back to him if he wants to hear it. You can see it tomorrow.
Yeah, needs to be careful now. There's a long way to go.
Yeah,
and he played at quite a pace. It's quite easy just to go in a bit over exuberant into a tackle and pick something else up. So he needs to be careful now.
Just needs to calm down. The way they used. This is what happened last year in the match, if I remember. You know, as the goals went in, the heat was turned up, the tackles got heavier, the off-the-ball stuff got more frequent. Oh! A Camanachd yn open i'r twl, y gwych gyda Lewis Cameron. Well, that is literally out of nothing, Andrew Watt.
Yeah, absolutely, and perfect start to the second half for Camanachd. Kingussie just need to regroup now. They need their experienced players to just settle everyone down. But Camanachd are absolutely on the front foot here. Oh. Great finish, great finish.
The more you see that is out of nothing. Look at that. Over the shoulder. Nothing McGregor could do about that one.
Yep.
Well, that's changed things just a bit. Camanachd yn off yn y ga, Kingussie y hwn. Fel cwffa fi cawnlau dolygwydiach as y falle, ys o'n i hyd tyrys noch blwn y ffychyd. Ian Borthwick will not panic, Andrew, that's one thing for sure.
No, and there's a long way to go yet, you know. He'll have ideas in his head, you know, in terms of his subs and who could go where to change things, change tactics that he'll have thought through the week, and he'll give it a wee while yet. It's been an excellent start for Cameron in the second half. They're starting to really dominate a wee bit more in the middle of the park.
2 goals in 6 minutes. If you were their manager, you'd be preening. You'd be just... That would be it. But as you say, long way to go. And the sun's out. Only 1 team in it right now, Andrew Watt.
Yeah, absolutely. And interestingly, the same as last week, Camanachd had the wind at their back in the first half. We weren't sure whether last week that would turn around to Lovett's advantage. Similar to this week, they had the wind at their back, but they're playing great into the wind in the second half. Very similar performance from last week at the start of the second half. And we commented last week on the Camanachd fitness levels and their work rate, and you can see that since the start of the second half you've done.
It's the Kingussie end of the operation. Just a wee bit more glum than they were earlier. The old combo. Fisker all in the Shoik Mossfield in East. Snip Kist in East in Vocal. Shall we nog een voelje hekken? Janini gain is die. Anderson. Tjong, daar zit hij uit. Hier is het al eerder reservaat. Vallen van Est. Vallen mag ik veel keer. Lastig het toe. Oh.
Michael Clark was free at the back post. Daniel McVicker had just lifted his head there.
Yeah. Saw his name in the headlines, I think, and lined up on my car.
Just slipped him in here. He was at the back post with no one on him.
Oh, that's well away from my car. It's no bother. These are massive hits from McGregor. Massive. So at the chain the dies Kingussie Camanachd. This is so unlike Kingussie, Andrew. They're all over the place, to be honest, at the back.
Yeah.
I think if I was in Corky's shoes, what do you say? Bring on Hutchie to come steady the ships again. Get Hutchison's brain in amongst the whole thing.
Yeah, I think they need to get a wee bit of a grip of the middle of the park again. They're kind of losing it there, Hugh Dan. And saying that, Camanachd are absolutely buoyed with those 2 goals and their confidence up. Their energy levels have lifted.
Yeah.
They're in front now. And you can just sense a wee bit of, not panic, but a wee bit of nervousness, I would say, in the Kingussie defence now when Camanachd come forward.
Torgen Valach Gekudja. Stjach die eerst. Hier mag gebeuren. Le Oalach skippen. Nieuw. Current gaan de Kingussie. Het is weer een keer in de vaart. Gewoon zo'n trietjes daar naar je.
That's us 15 minutes in, and I've not really seen James Falconer or Ruairidh Anderson getting the ball in the second half, Hugh Dan. So that kind of signals that Camanachd are on top. At the start of the first half, they were kind of having a free run, getting to the ball first, but we've not really seen that this half.
Oeh, good that. Cammy Sutherland. Kind of score from a touch hit, so that's worth a punt with the wind as well. Tricky for a goalkeeper when it's just taking an age to come in.
Yeah. And we saw with the first goal that Kingussie scored, you know, how quick the forwards come in, so that would have been in the back of Cammy's mind to deal with that quickly.
Jager en Waar. Tune back. This week around Bahrain, had ik sure this is I would say a textbook training move from Kingussie along the ground and snapshot.
Yeah, first real chance of the second half. Yeah, catches it well, but just not on target.
Not on target.
Got to make the keeper work.
Du vill jag känna någon i köj kutja. Schade nur hier nest gaan natuurlijk naar buik skippen. Tu zegt tu het al in de wagen hoe we het zien in de nest voor die Anderson. Oh. Wel. We zien toen als ik goed mag van mij smunie gekro wil je dan nog toch een haring. Ball Tilly steken daar. This, I tell you what, this was some tackle going back. Blair McFarlane. I thought that Willie McDonald might take him for going off his feet, but look at the timing on that to get round the player. What a fantastic tackle.
Takes the ball cleanly.
Yeah. Mind you, he had to. If he hadn't, he was in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. Gareth will be looking for that from his team. They're working hard for each other and not giving anything away to Kingussie here.
Ooh. One for the helmet. So it's like on the Kingussie reached.
Conditions have improved quite a bit.
Do you think the yellow ball is as good in the sun? Or what passes for sunshine? Still picking it out?
Yeah, picking out no problem.
Yeah. Oof. Can they use Inishka Lewis at Anderson as a Yui? The finish Jack in the game is the darn the late eated. Smachanis Mishencha Koharal Gidika Stoi, Savat.
Just a wee bit of a lull in the
Yeah,
the
it's
game
got
now.
a wee bit flat, you know, and there's more instructions from the hill. But that would suit Oban, I think, more. They don't have to chase the game just now, but they'd be silly to try and park it and go for a 2-1 win, wouldn't they, at this stage? It's too early.
Yeah, they'll be happy if the game kind of slows down. It's a wee bit more kind of stop-start, but definitely a wee lull there in the last kind of 5 minutes. But it was a frenetic start right enough to the second half. And
2 goals, 6 minutes. It's perfect. If you're Oban Camanachd, Seanish can use you into the east. The Shesabach, Galina Gianach, Gakuai. Mjorachug. Abraham Kusek er erbij in de 4 in. She's a line, is a little northern in the beyond. One name sticks out for me at the moment, Lee Bain. You know, is it time to get Lee Bain on to a bit more of his ingenuity? He's had a big week with the birth of his daughter, Elsie Ava, but whether he slept or not is another matter. He'd be worth a punt, wouldn't he?
I think it's getting to that time that he needs to do something to change the flow of the game. And just change it something. Kingussie need to get a foothold back in the game. As I say, we've not really seen any sustained wee periods of pressure in the second half so far from them.
She's going to line it. Rish Maha manager and open, no her really an open. You and Macaulay Connolly, Michael.
Ian, I'm not sure what was said at half-time, but what a start to the second half from your side.
Just really trying to install the belief in them, which they undoubtedly have the ability. It's just trying to make sure they know that when they go into that park. We didn't have it in the first half. We popped it about, not bad. We got a few shots off, but I mean, I think when we play to our best and we've played to 100% of our fitness and our ability, nobody can match us. It's just making sure they know that when they go into the park.
How do you negotiate the final few stages of this game? Do you go for it, or do you? I doubt you want the boys to sit back.
What would you do?
I have no idea.
Honestly, it's just Shinty's really about heart and determination now, and making sure we might use a few substitutes at some point to get some fresh legs on, but it's really just about winning individual battles now. Next goal is absolutely massive. If we get it, hopefully we can hold on to it. Kingussie get it, then they're obviously right back in the game, so we'll see what happens.
Good man, Ian. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's official now, Andrew. Michael's clueless. He knows we don't mean that, but I know what he means. No, but I don't want to put you how Shen. Gala de Soccer and Ashton Le Tabak Sibiora. They look composed, Oban. They're not panicking.
Yeah,
He said confidently.
No, they do, and the 2 goals obviously have settled them and given them some confidence.
That belief he was talking about.
100%.
And they're winning the tackles. Devas. No. Stjakla Corvilla. Oh, I think he took a knock there, Andrew, that put him off.
Yeah, he did great to get into that position. Daniel McVicker took it in his chest. Ball just couldn't sit for him. Just kind of bounced up a little bit. Couldn't hit it cleanly there. I said at the start of the game, Kingussie would need to match Camanach's energy and work rate, and they've not done that in the second half so far.
Ruairidh Anderson. Javal, she's Noshan. Sheenu Kassan and Oban. Treja. Oh, he's doing Unsi Riest. I'm just not Lee being his on. A sneaky wee move there.
I missed that one.
I missed that one. We know he's there. So let's see if we can work out who's come off. Just when I saw the 10 on his back, I thought, wait a minute. The stoppage gives us time to work that out. He's got everything, hasn't he? He's such an accomplished player. He's not that, I'm sure he would say himself, he's not the fastest thing in 2 feet now, but his brain certainly is.
Yeah, and Ian will be hoping that an opportunity falls to Lee at some point in the second half, and he's able to take that. And a wee bit of experience will maybe just help calm down some of the younger players in the Kingussie forward line and get them focused and back to playing the shinty that they know they can play.
Xander Mihi is the replaced player. He's had a couple of knocks. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I saw him take the ball on the same ankle injured in the first half. In the second half, they were clearly not able to run that off.
And there's Roddy Young on his crutches after his apparently successful knee operation. Good to see him out and about, but he'd love to be on. It's not what he wants to be doing right now, but we wish him all the best with his recovery. Now some switches for Oban here. Daniel Cameron's coming off. Gregor MacDonald going on in his place. What do you make of that? I think he might come back, to be honest. I think that might be give him a breather and get him back on.
Yeah,
when push comes to shove.
May well come back on, Hugh, Dan. I don't know whether some of the thinking behind Garrett is he's picked up a yellow card. They want to keep 12 players on the park in the last kind of 20 minutes of the game and not give anything cheap away to Kingussie in terms of numbers and field position if they were to lose a player. So maybe that's behind Gareth's thinking there in terms of taking Daniel off.
Diolch het fas Cruai, fas ski. Ketadors, de Glasgow Celtic Cup en een skianach en een groep Valerie Richel. Zijn de darne la gaan het doelteam. Ik balurend leef, bij BBC Alafe, ik daar fisker. En dit zijn vader vanaf. It's all getting a bit injury prone, isn't it? Cammy Bremner now. Shia Gia, George Taylor Ramsey. Junior. Now, does that tell you that Hutchison's not quite fit enough to come on?
Yeah.
It's one of the younger players, and
I think they need legs, Hugh, Dan.
Yeah.
You know, they need energy.
Yeah.
Particularly in the middle of the park. Camanachd are starting to win the ball there, and the second ball's in the middle of the park.
Mr. George Taylor Ramsey on for Kingussie, Cameron Brenner off.
Yeah. They call off the A&E being Kingussie addressed it. You know, right now you'd see, looking at it, that Camanachd want it more.
Looks that way,
Doesn't it?
Dan, yeah. And it's not clicking for Kingussie. They're not kind of free
I'm not saying
flowing.
their heads are going down, but they're not the same. You keep using the word energy, and you're right.
I don't see anyone really taking a grip of the game for Kingussie in terms of leadership and getting them going and getting them fired up into the tackles and stuff.
That's why I thought Hutchison might be, you know, they've got Lee Bain, so get the old guard. Camanachd an open gain, your fella. Cheers the line yet. Stjach. Gerie's Djuvloch. Kan die Uzi verjagen die voerskoelen in de kistje en dan kun je weer zorgen. Camanachd kan open. Het komt met draast dat je bal in je val af. Karstel de hoeren geraken. Zeggen we aan. Lee Bain. See, this is, for me, this is what Lee Bain will bring to it, physical presence and guile. You know, you can get onto balls, you can hold the balls, and he's got, I would imagine, looking for Falconer and Anderson round about him. Stjach er weer aan, Koos, Louis. Dan ga ik zo wel aan de maag. Dan je goes. Taylor Ramsey. Ja, een jiegel, een geiling Hammond. Zo is het eerst. Ze sloeg hem op en je toch al een een gloeitje daar. Jawel. Giannini. De veen van de wielen dosher skippen open. Kiem na gas in de nest. Joe Horam. Oh, shut it. I'm not saying that would be game over, Andrew, but Daniel McVicker is a better player than that.
Might not be game over, but it'll be very close, I think. The way they get the second half's played out here, if they'd scored there, Camanachd, but it really needs to hit the target. Really needs to hit the target.
Must hit the target from there. 15 yards, nowhere near it. Well, not exactly, but he knows it. He knows it. You know, if they lose the game, Andrew, they will look back on that one. Stjach la kan de use Lee Bain. Stjach in de boxen. Willie Donald krijgt de voet. Lee Bain. Well, he's gone from whatever it was to concerned, I think. Hutchison scratching his head.
It does does seem flat for Kingussie.
It does. But you look at the animation on the other bench. They're up, they're dancing, there's so many injuries on the Kingussie bench, they can't. Junsi Riest. Bracknagaman. Kingussie bench complaining that some of the fouls are going against them. I really don't see too much of that, Andrew, do you? I think it's been
No, I think
well managed, the whole thing.
Yeah, I think Willie's refereed it well. He's been very fair.
Yeah, there's two things about that, Andrew. That's a waste, or it eats 30 seconds.
I think it's a waste. Yeah, no, it was a poor...
There speaks the manager.
Poor ball there, I'll be disappointed there.
Yeah.
You know, you've got great field position, you want to be putting the goalkeeper or Kingussie under pressure there or create a chance from that free hit.
10 minuten Irakel. Skipper Camanachd open, ja. Kan de Jusich hun en dan går steden nog Koepen Camley Park Bosfield. 8 pliende figet van de hoek Camanachd open. En doe is Friesland zo met Jirig. Wel Kutikin Tulloch Aartje. Gus Campbell hoek en goefpe met Jirig gaan open. Wel Daniel Sloss. Gischelers en Shinty jaren van mijn kindje gewild. Ac y cynjoch Joe noch i anaf, sechist y ffai i anaf. Anderson is dwa hawl, fel cael ei usich dol garygyrst. Gyda gen i'r agorst ych fan y llawn. Daniel, yo. I'm only going to state this as a fact. Daniel Maggi is the only person not wearing a helmet.
Yeah, I noticed that at the start of the game.
Well, let's have a look at how it happened. I think he was unsighted or whatever.
Yeah, the sticks just come over the player's head and kind of caught him. Just that last passage of play, Hugh, Dan, I thought...
Dit is al herstig goed in zoals ze kehirueren. Some like kehirueren games in the toss. Just a small correction in what we showed about the Valerie Fraser Cup Final. The match at Newton Moor, Saturday 2nd September, starts at 4 p.m, not 2 p.m. Our apologies for that.
That last passage of play, Hugh, I was just about to say there was Daniel Sloss defended it excellently, and he's so dependable. You know what you're getting every week from Daniel.
Oof. Boom. Overall. Young style. Sloss ille Matthew. McGregor. Door de Tulloch er vanaf. Sean is voor de wille gelocht dat de hoos een goede kaster.
That was a beautiful piece of play there by young Matthew Sloss.
Just the finish, he didn't quite get it. I know we're not, you and I are not choosing a man of the match, player of the match, and I see you circling a name there. Who would, if we did have to do it, there's been a lot of good performances. Don't know that there's been a really outstanding one, but who would you pick?
I agree, I don't think it's an outstanding performance, and I think still with just less than 10 minutes to go, Camanachd in a great position, and very similar to last week. It was a real team performance by Camanachd. But I think Blair McFarlane in the wing's been really strong for them. He's been excellent in the wing today, and particularly in the second half as they've got a grip of that area of the field.
Kingussie gyda hadar a Chachad Cael, gobi yn hiol ar fiag na file. Falconer y fiach yn trea. And your Camanachd yn open i'r doi. Most unpopular man in Mossfield right now is Willie MacDonald for that decision. I think he's fine. I think he's right. Diolch o'r te Kingussie sio. Ach, yr hyrst. Anderson yn gobyr crwau. Hiwl i di hyrst ymach yn y dŵf. Bain. Oh! Giannini. You know, I think I've only mentioned Giannini, I think, twice in the second half. They just haven't got the ball to him. Change for Oban, Gia Kuchin Craig McMillan. 15, Craig McMillan coming on, Andrew, for Oban.
Just maybe again fresh legs. Last few minutes of the game. Want to keep it tight at the back.
Louis McFarlane. Tulloch. Another one of the young guys. Now this is going to add time to the game. This kind of stoppage for, I think it's Cramp, no more. He's had a good game too. Big McGillop. Yeah. Same as the Celtic Society Cup Final. Willie MacDonald said 11 there to his fourth official. Next, Kingussie Nanghafek. Well, Andy, vote of confidence in your managerial skills. Your man of the match, or the sponsor's man of the match, is Blair McFarlane, Oban Camanachd. Well done, you.
No, he's been excellent in that second half. He's been really strong, powerful. You can tell he's a rugby player.
Well, ooh, Willie's threatening to put somebody off the park all of a sudden. Stand by. Kingussie Anderson. Oh, tasty Marash. Falling back all the time there. So unlike him. Human dynamo.
Yeah, really not seen him much in the second half.
No, but I think, Camanachd have kept the ball away from him, and when he's got it, they've double marked him.
Yeah, Camanachd defence again have been excellent this week.
Kingussie change. Achrahuele to Kingussie. Di'r tachst sio. Coitiach Hutchison, Meirig Howell. James Hutchison, agus Giannini Ichinye. Giannini off for Hutchison. Last roll of the dice, perhaps, Andrew.
Yeah, not long to go, and they'll hope to create one or two more chances in the closing stages here. And as you said, there'll be a wee bit of injury time as well, so maybe just enough time to create a chance or two that they'll hope to take.
Falconer. Oh, you know, Kingussie's shooting has been, by their standards, poor. They're not. Your references have been frequent to not playing the goalkeeper and making him play.
Yeah, got to get it on target. All feels just a little bit rushed for Kingussie up front in the second half when they're getting the ball, and that's because they're not getting a lot of it.
Och, Minechin. Och, Minechin Irakel. 8 minuten Irakal. Davina to go Ravischach. Shia minuten Illa. Ian Ross. Irchli. Irviren. Amikinjach. I bet Ian Ross knows what they should be doing.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be.
If he was out there, he'd be telling them.
Absolutely.
He wouldn't be quiet.
And a full debrief in the car on the way home.
Yeah. Here's the line yet. Goedjes en Oshan, ach die juist Camanachd Cup en de hielu. Ik in aan gloich geen use geneest. Well, Willie McDonald's having nothing of it, Andy. All getting a bit testy.
Yeah.
That, according to some, I'm hearing is a head injury. Why he's spraying his knee, I'm not quite sure.
I would.
No, it's his ankle, it shifted again.
I don't think anyone's pulling the wool over Willie's eyes.
Oh, no. He'd have done the same himself. Look at the smile. Coolest man in the pack. Fair play. Fair play. I think he's been excellent.
Yeah, very good.
He's getting lower down on the hill.
Oh, I'll be nervous, you know.
Oh, he'll be just...
It's huge for the for the town, you know.
Huge for the club, the town, the team, the backup, everybody. If they can pull this off, who knows? Stjachla. Ruairidh Falab and Gussie Campbell can write himself out of the history books. Yeah, I had to tell him he was playing when I started commentating, so that makes him a very old man.
Great to see him here today, volunteering.
Yeah, he's in good form. And the likes of McGregor and Coke McDonald, these guys will be just chuffed if the next while goes.
Yeah.
That won't matter tomorrow if this stays the same. So Kingussie, James Falconer, Anderson, Aaron Toll. Again, shake of the head. Not on the target again, Andrew.
Yeah.
No change again. Och, Gia continues. Scott McMillan, Junior. The Camanachd Cup. This is just clever use of the bench, keeping the legs fresh.
Try and use some additional seconds up. You know, I think Kingussie had a few chances there just from that kind of similar position that Ruairidh Anderson had, and they've not hit the target.
Daniel Makushi did a fine game, midfield.
Yeah, very good last week as well. And sometimes, you know, the position of the game with 2-1 down, just the tension comes into you a little bit, and you maybe don't hit it quite as sweetly as you would if you're relaxed, and it just adds a bit of pressure.
I know you'll discuss this with Michael at the end, Andrew, but how important is this in the context of what's coming?
I think it's massive if Oban Camanachd can hang on here. You know, we heard the chat there with Ian that they want the players to believe in themselves, and this will be a massive shot in the arm for their confidence. Everyone's talking about Kingussie in the Grand Slam, as I say, but Camanachd are on for a treble, which would be a fantastic season for them. You know, it's slightly getting overlooked by the chat about the Grand Slam. So I think this is quite a big result if it stays this way in the context of the Camanachd Cup Final.
Still for 3 minutes in. Falconer, Tulloch am Janne Parke. Eve Grabala Mach. Wille. Zoals Camanachd yn open i ddist. Fi had cwmach o chwmach i chiawn sy'n yn y ffarc. At i'r bwliau fan nosan. Yn gloch gyrwy. Gai so minut na gael. Chicken fichyd stocha. 3 minut yn yr agal. Hatwlig y siawlt yn fan y feing. Sy'n yn toi sy'n hachger fan y feing. Ach, sy'n wyli donloch yn ferwy ha cwndys yn yr hica gyhwns gaga. En wie vecht in de groep? Kan je zal nog hier eens voor. Piet Koma gekomen, hoe is het nog aan de show? Suasla kan de use in de show gaat hem hier Willy Don nog een sheetje geriest, pikken strijlig is een nog aan. Wel, ik kan hier zo gaan je daar zo'n kutje in de goed jij. Een bal mee aan de parken. Wil hij dan nog toch een hoge zuur. Dan gaan we naar de loop in de smuinhuik wil laten Jessel. Bal het er die zachtje. Kan de Uzi gevinden van alles. Charles zit. De eerste dat gaat niet meer zat in de gouden taak gaan we naar de loop en 4 meter wie kuren mag. De eerste.
Start from injuries. Well, a minute and a half.
Minutje. Veel meer te veel kooikmeters is wel. Game van soort in Rachtbach stogen. Die dag één in de dag huif. Kan we nog een open de 4 in deze dul hakken gaan. Kan de use hier een hameltje goed gemoord. De kiensjes. Kan de use aan groen zeggen. Dat er een hameltje goed gemoord. Chicken figet. Speelt de Townsendstraatje dan op en je nog. En we kijken toe als een Rahul vecht met Gareth Evans. En dan kan je echt die in het jaar zo genest Fallison. Tien mag waar erg waar moor is dan open. Och pleon de figet. Er is maar jeriger in het show. Ga je te door spoenje het goed van de Camanachd. De Leon de Joy zijn. Je weet dat de Janne Leon. Gloch cast the right, Caman. Year Kutigin, Kingussie, Caman Cachaher. So we get a Ruairidh Anderson. Chaile. And there's Cavac Sevilla show. So it's going to be on. Willie Donaloch in Goofbe, first Ganopan. Dus on hier Turris aan de nog Glennefiget. Goofbe Wichkaulai, een vorige Zavelle. Ferentje Hoosegu. Ik is een kent Asher. Had gemaakt Ari. Ershenianev. Wat pikkende stressen, had is er de game geleerd. De Hanik ne Korremen. Gavet dat wat vorsten nog aan de groen. Aartje in de vaart. Kijk wat later. Hissat ik aan de Kingussie. Ik zeg jiddige la. Allah shachet ik aan de Kingussie. Ik is een Grand Slam. Een schoolwoorpen. Een dure shot. Ik is, wel, Korremen de neste. Camanachd open. Ik is skippen ook als je jachtri. Kapikeluren goed aan een jachtri. Skippen Camanachd open. Shall cook Donaloch aan de hen. Sargashka heen. Plein hier. Zeven ze de gooien nog. Kijk het diener. At er een Duikland. Spikken dunig. Parken Vosfield. A koers jeder nog. Koefbewich Gaulai. Letaich Kartemes er krieg na hug. Camanachd open je ga. Kan de Kingussie hun.
Sinné lá eachtrial do skippe Camanachd an ábang as in het cúpavich gaula a bhuineachar an a chiaúd an a fichit sa hawk blian. Ha mi táid rag will Andy Watt call them. Andy, what a historic day here for Oban Camanachd. The first time since 1995 they won the Macaulay Cup and probably in the end deserved.
I think they absolutely deserved that on their second half showing. They came out with a real fire in their belly after half time there clearly, and they got a couple of goals in 6 minutes, but their second half performance, Kingussie really struggled to get into the game in the second half. Like they were, they were creating chances in the first half with Ruairidh Anderson and James Falconer. We never really saw that in the second half. They had some chances that were a bit rushed, and they didn't really test Cammy Sutherland in the Camanachd goal in the second half. So no, thoroughly deserved for Oban Camanachd. Huge celebrations tonight, I would imagine. 20 years, quite incredible actually, to be honest. That number of years since Camanachd have won it.
It was interesting talking to Ian McMillan, the assistant coach of Oban Camanachd, during the second half there. And after those 2 goals were in, he simply said at half time he just wanted the players to believe. And it might sound very simple, even a bit cheesy, but it worked.
No, absolutely. They're a very good young team, Camanachd, and we saw that last week in the semi-final as well. They're very fit, and I know we touched on that last week, but their fitness, their work rate was absolutely first class.
And yeah.
Here we go. Delighted now that Blair McFarlane has joined us here, and we have trying to get your microphone here, Blair, so we can hear you.
Yes,
well done. First time since 1995, Oban Camanachd Macaulay Cup winners. How does that feel?
Oh, unbelievable. Just to do it for the town and everyone behind us. It's really special.
What was the message from the manager at half time? He said to me there he was just all about yourselves believing in it. What was the difference?
It's just not to panic. We've been in that stage before. Well, we were winning last year and we just started panicking, but this year we knew if we just stuck to the game plan it would end up pulling off, which it did, so I couldn't believe it.
Excellent. Blair, well done, fantastic. You had an incredible game today in the second half there. Again, your midfield was really, really dominant. In the context of the season in the Camanachd Cup coming up now, what does that do today in terms of that win over Kingussie?
Just confidence, just confidence. That's been over us for a while, getting beat by Kingussie, like playing well, but just not getting the final goals. But winning the day, that'll give us confidence for the next, when is it, 3 weeks or something like that. So, it's all looking good for it anyway.
I wonder what you're going to say to this. 1995, like I said, you won the Macaulay Cup. You then went on to win the Camanachd Cup.
We'll wait and see what happens. We'll wait and see. But it's been talked about, so we'll just wait and see. We don't need to put any more pressure on us. But it's just another game. So a result like that would be quite good, to be fair.
Were you surprised by your side? Were you surprised by your own performance as well? Because this Kingussie side have been blowing teams away, not only this season, but the season before as well.
Because we always knew we can do it. It's just turning up. We know we can play. We know we can compete with them all over the park. They're a good side, but we know if we play the same way we can, then we can compete with anyone. So it was never really like surprised. It was just glad to finally do it, sort of thing.
Well done today, Blair. Thank you for speaking to us, and you are today's player of the game. Well done. Well done.
Cheers. Thank you.
Well, Andy, we heard from him there and he had a great game.
He did. Very powerful player, you know. That's what they won it in the second half. They really started to dominate that centre line field position, and we were, you know, the game was flowing in Camanach's direction in the second half there. So no, he'll be delighted. You know, they'll take huge confidence for this for the Camanachd Cup Final. It is another game. I'm sure that Ian Borthwick and Kingussie will go away and they'll look and analyse the game, and they'll come back determined for the Camanachd Cup Final. But I think you can't underestimate the confidence that Camanachd will take into that final now.
Let's look back then at some the goals, the 3 goals in the game, and it was Kingussie that took the lead. It was in the first half, and it was a mistake probably there by Cammy Sutherland, but Calum Mackintosh came in and tapped home.
Yeah, no, Calum did great to get in there. He was very, very quick, and as I say, the ball just dropped behind Cammy, which made it awkward for him to get back with his stick, and that's given the Calum a kind of split second there just to get in and get his stick in and get the goal. And at that point, Kingussie probably deserved that. They were creating chances, and it was very even in the first half at that stage.
But then second half, that was 1-0 at half time, but then Oban Camanachd came out in the second half, 2 goals, and it was Matthew Sloss, young Matthew Sloss, teenager still, and it was just a sheer determination that got him the goal.
It was determination and just persistence to keep going. You know, and not taking anything away from Matthew at all. He's so young, but he does so well here. But Kingussie will probably quite disappointed how they defended that. There were a couple of chances to get the ball away and didn't. But no, he's done fantastically well. Stick work is fantastic. You know, he's actually showed a little dummy there to the defender to go through. You know, he's determined, and clearly the half-time team talks done the trick there with him. You know.
Were you almost surprised though with the way Kingussie, not even how they started the second half, but just how they played in that second half? There just seemed to be something missing, just that clinical edge. A couple of weeks ago in the Camanachd Cup Semi-Final, they blew Kingussie away in the second half. It just wasn't there.
Yeah, no, I said that in commentary. It felt very flat for Kingussie, and I don't know what the reason for that was, but you know, touched on it at the start of the game about the fitness levels and the work rate of Oban Camanachd, and that's 2 weeks in a row now. I think that's really given them the foundation to go on and win games. You know, and Camanachd are a young team, up and coming team. I think they're going to be a team to be reckoned with and over the kind of coming years. You know, so that sets out what the standard's going to be in terms of fitness and work rate. If teams want to beat Camanachd after today, they're going to have to match them for that.
Let's look then at the winning goal, and it was Lewis Cameron who got it, and we actually missed it initially. There was so much going on before it, players were down, but it was a lovely finish just over his shoulder there.
Yeah, the ball comes in, it kind of breaks up. But it's just a tremendous finish. I don't think he's even looking at the goals. He's just kind of flicked his stick at it. He's caught it perfectly. I'm not sure if he thinks there's a challenge coming in over his head, but it's a great finish. He's caught it sweetly. Keepers had no chance to save that, and you know, they didn't look like losing after that, if I'm being honest.
And that's a goal that won them the historic trophy. Well, handing back now to Hugh Dan. Hitching in the dash go Ushang Makalining or son Kudum na Kuchbanisha.
Ruddy McCoosh, Jason son Skippien or Suez, Nunya Rui Picken. Er goede dunje hakken je draast en je zoekt die Italiaan en Dasha kan de use ik het niet Suez Dasha. James Falconer in de count. Hij zei dat ik hem dan ligt daar fat.
Robert Levin, Rory McCarthy, Calum Grant, Sam Reniki, Tim McPherson, Cammy Calum Mackintosh, Ruairidh Anderson, Ian Borthwick, James Hutchison, Samuel Giannini, George Taylor Ramsey, Ian Fraser, Lee Bain, Corky Borthwick.
En je zo voert de Kingussie. Zijn Gus Campbell. Skipper met Jerige Hoekkoef bij de Camanachd. De Camanachd genopen en 8 bleende fiche terras. Tjeha er gooien nog. Pies gaan jachtri. Schieliger van Lavus Kapikeloer. Falconer. Vind je gaan men. Er zo'n de skipper de geil. Hoe stil nog. Gewoon niet erop zijn hier. De Hoffiker in de nest. Willie Donald nog in een gaan. Jurgen met William Koor. Lichenijak boeien. Deze McNulty. Is een hier zullen we komen zoelen in de tuil. Er is een jongen ook. Ruairidh.
Thank you very much. And now we go on with the man of the match award.
Sart look at it again, Camanachd.
Blair McFarlane.
Blair McFarlane. Alan Gooch, Gareth Evans.
The winners of the afternoon's Macaulay Cup.
Dus wie meer te gaan again.
To come up and announce his team.
Skipper Afke. Daniel Sloss.
Scott McCulloch.
Ruairidh Troch weer vater af aan. Je kijkt skipper is in de viering. Cammy Sutherland. Vincent Hull.
William Paul, Daniel Mack, Matthew Sloss, Daniel Becker, Oban McLeod, Daniel Perlin.
We vechten niet in maken duur voor Camanachd open. Misschien jullie ha, wel han je Tulloch James Tang zeker hier zo. Had hij de gevecht met de groep. Dolgen neer meld. Doos nog lieke de rasle prakke. Nog zo. Rot moeder tien in Camanachd. Dol go Daniel Sloss. Meske goeie lille. Er is een echt roet wil. De muinter en open wie vijf. Had het als de eerste managers. Gareth Evans. Ian McFarlane, Collerische skipper Kutjach. Er is een echt route wie vijf, 8 blinde fiket. De wellen open, ha koepen bij Macaulay. Het dol, go Camanachd open. Er is een echt aan de laven is skipper achke. Aarde koik. Dol ga hokal. Gunnewelle, Daniel Sloss. Er is Camanachd open. Graag Giante kan de Kingussie geval af. Er is Apper gebied eigen voor is een open en nog. Er is voor de Mira. Er is meer gemeen. Het kan koeven wie kan lekker koersje naar als je doen we kunnen mensen wen. Gonde Gene dag er is gegafshin parst aan Colleris Rulleton is dat in je gebied kan de Kingussie kette. Wie is dat tameltje? Gus Campbell. Wie mij valt je goed. Spelen erg goed. Kjoan. Hala Chidem. Een goede kaal er tunde margieren gaat. Essen open. En je lag toshig er groei kaas. Davy Hamilton. Goed koersen het oil. Ze gaan erg er is hier van hen. Tiedig maar een goede tunje. Is een open een goed vaartje naar Hager. Er is, wel, kent er de eerste. We kunnen go koersteden nog koefen de Camanachd de Giavla. Gia gaan naar via speciale zijn de wiegel. Gaat die Hager salagen.
Ja, eentje nog gejera uitsing tappelechte. Ik zei tappeliesje er zo'n wie calling is zo BBC Alpe Martian Live.